Welcome to Spiritually Raw. We expose and explore controversial truths, myths, and theories surrounding the spirit world. Guests include QAnon experts, investigators, debunkers, and skeptics of the supernatural, unexplained, and flat-out unimaginable. Content discussed on this show is not necessarily the opinion of the cast of Spiritually Raw, and topics quite often are for mature audiences only. This show is not intended to replace any medical, financial, or legal advice and is for entertainment purposes only. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hey everybody, what's going on? I know you have a show to watch, so let me get real quick into this with you. Okay, so Ascended Masters you're watching right now, browse, select, ascend. It's very easy to use. All you have to do is scroll down here. You're going to see the different categories, sessions, courses, products, entertainment, books, conscious business growth. All you do is you simply click on the category that's resonating with you or that you're in need of, and you're going to see a video directory of some of the greatest minds out there. And within 5 to 7 minutes, you'll find out who that person is, what their style is, and if they're going to help you on your journey called life. It's a very easy formula to follow right here. And also too, if you're one of those who does have a product or service that you think that will be a benefit to others and you'd like to be on Ascended Masters, our email is in the description below. It's askspirituallyraw@gmail.com. We'll set up a time to chat and see how you can make a difference in the world for people. So hope you're enjoying the site, everybody. Thanks for sharing this, and much love to you. And most importantly, enjoy the show. We'll see you next time. Hello, everybody. How are you? And welcome to Spiritually Raw. Thank you, as always, for your energy exchange. And we hope you woke to the most miracle morning and are also having the most fortunate day today. So two powerhouse soul sisters. Yes, you see
That's
them.
for sure.
Jennifer Raw, you've seen her before. Kendra, you've seen her before. So they're actually coming on together because there's some amazing shifts that happen in a massive way. We've just been informed. And they're going to enlighten us. And also, if you hang on and stay through the whole thing here, they're going to activate us. Very cool. And they're going to do it together. So definitely don't want to miss that one. Hey, everybody. So thanks again for always staying connected with us. You know, as always, our links are in the description below. Telegram, wherever you're watching this, if you can hit the big red button, hit subscribe, turn on that notification bell.
And please share the video.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh yeah, you can also watch this on Roku. So if you have Roku TV, just simply use your same login and password, watch us on Roku, and enjoy that experience there. I miss anything?
No, I think you actually got it.
All right.
All right. So for those of you that have missed Jennifer and Kendra on Spiritually Raw, go back and make sure to check them out. Those are excellent shows. Kendra was on twice and Jennifer's been on once so far, and they are both also on the Ascended Master store. So let me give you a quick little bio in case you're like, who are these beautiful ladies? I want to get to know them. All right. Welcome to the show, Jennifer Ashira Raw. Jennifer activates humanity's new light code. She's a high priestess initiation and master facilitator. She's called to gather the leaders and the way showers for the new age of light. Her name actually means the giver of codes. And right next to her is Kendra, Divine Purpose Mentor. She's a spiritual teacher and a metaphysician. She was born with a heightened range of sensitivity and extra senses. Do not let her age fool you. Let me tell you something. Both of these ladies are very, very wise, and they've been around. They are truly Ascended Masters. They are divine. They connect with very divine sources. Kendra, she sees vibrational frequencies of everything around her. Make sure to check out both of them at the Ascended Masters store. Welcome.
How are you both?
Thanks.
Blessings to you. Thank you very much. And thanks for coming on. I know it's really good to get connected. Everybody's going to find out how tapped in, tuned in you both are here as we go through this. So energetically, there's been a lot that's happened here. You were on the show, and then I know, just in our communication, you'd reached out and said there's a lot of things that people needed to be informed. So Jennifer, can you help kind of, lead that way for us right now as you do so well? What's shifted here recently that's been a big change for us that we need to be aware of?
Oh, well, thank you, Jay and April. I'm so excited to be here. And it's just massive what came in. The 12/12 portal of 2021 was the new 2022 coming in. And 2022 is not like any other year. It's the new golden age. So the new golden age will fully be gridded within all energy, cellular level, humanity 2025. But 2022 is now the new golden age where you don't have to have duality anymore. We received new light bodies, so it's no longer the subtle body, the energy body, the physical body, positive mind, negative mind. Remember all the bodies, that you've learned in yoga teacher training and all that? Separation. separation. You have to go here.
True.
It's all now this new divine light body that is, when you talk about how did they do light conception? How did they build the temples? How did they teleport to different intergalactic travel? Well, you had to have a different operating system. And so the new divine light body came in on 12/12 to bring into 2022. And also the new High Council of Light for Earth was gathered and initiated. And so it opens the codes of healing that you need to bring in.
I'm sorry, what did you say? The High Council of Earth?
Oh, of light, right? The High Council of Light.
Council of Light. Okay, so real quick, let me just kind of go back track on 1 second. Okay, so now we have these new light bodies and the High Council of Light. Okay, so help us to understand who or what are they? Are they like, for example, the Galactic Federation? Are they a part of the Galactic Federation? Are they their own entity? Is it something totally separate? And are they also here on Earth, living on Earth?
Yeah, it's the original creators that are back again. So we all have key codes, and it's like her key unlocks me, my key unlocks her, and then we unlock like a lot of people. So it's like if you think about it like a tapestry, we're all connected and we all have these specific codes. And so it's like we are calling in the High Council that they're all leaders, and most of them are already leading in that way, and they're getting called to do pilgrimages and things of that nature. And what this next year is about is connecting with them and having them walk with us. And we're all supposed to walk together this year. And then after that year, we will go and we'll still be connected versus, when you go to a yoga teacher training, then you're in competition with your friend. Because if you're hosting a class on the same day, it's going in competition. That's not the society that we are creating. It's like when she hosts something on 12/12, I'll be hosting something, but they said that we're going to be walking together for 4 years with the amount of people that we have right now. So, I mean, that could all change in a blink of an eye. But it's when we start walking apart but together, it's like I'll be in, say, Bali, and she's in New Mexico or something. But we're hosting it at the same time, and we're on a Zoom. So when we're bringing in information or light codes or whatever it is, it's like her group and my group are both getting activated, and we're bringing in things from the specific points on the grid that we're at. And we're all working together in this beautiful tapestry that keeps replenishing itself. And it's like when we activate, it's like 1,000 people, then they go activate 1,000 people, and then they go activate 1,000 people. And this activation happens by you just being activated. Like you can sit in your house and it reverberates out to the whole entire collective.
So I want to just ask
Very
a couple
nice.
things because you unloaded a lot there. So I want to try to get it. That's good. No, it's good. I want to try to help. So on 12/12, maybe let's call it the portal opened up, if you would, for us to just get our new operating systems that are now available to us. So then when you activate people, that'll be to give them the new operating systems, right? To be able to infuse them with that. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah. So, okay.
Well, yes, it takes having that inner foundation. So
Right.
first, the leaders, initiators, and the high priest and priestesses that have walked the path, have created that inner sacred union, that inner foundation, can move higher. So if someone's done no work and they've been bypassing or they're not interested, no. It's first comes into the leaders. Then and everyone's a master, but we're just all in different places on our path. And so first comes into the leaders and way showers that have this devotion to activate and then to share, and then it goes out. So first it goes something like this. What they showed us is it's not on the planet until we brought that in.
Right.
Okay. So when you said, Kendra, that you and Jennifer were like keys, and then you kind of unlock each other, and that opens up the ability to be able to really create this energy's power. Is that now? Will it similarly be? Is that how that 12 will be formed? Will they just need to be able to connect with you two? How will that? Can you help us understand that process?
So it's like Jennifer's the front and I'm the back, for lack of better words. Okay, so she brings it in and she can bring it in and people feel it and all of that. But when they have their stuff, when you're bringing in that much light, most people can't hold a body and hold that much light in their field. And with all the density, it brings it in the crown, and then all of the lower chakras go over here and all chaos commences. And so with what we saw working together, was I went in, she brought in the lights, and then I went in and like literally just cleared all of the density from the people. And it was like literally, I felt like I was moving this big, huge boulder up a cliff and then throwing it off. And like some of them were stuck in their stories. And I was like, guys, if you're going to be stuck in your stories, like I can't move this for you. You have to surrender it. Like literally take off who you've been, who you've thought yourself to be. And then as soon as like that final push, we pushed it off, and people's response after that was like, I have been experiencing pain for the last 16 years and I've felt no physical pain since then. Like
Wonderful.
People have been like,
That happened within the ceremony, like
Third eye.
instantaneous.
In that moment. Wow.
Yeah. You know why I love this? Because last year, 2020, really leading into 2021, was the mentality was so focused on putting all of our energy on something or someone or some group of people that are going to that we're waiting for them to miraculously shift the entire planet, right? When all along we should have been centered and focused on all that energy on us being our own ascended master, our own creator, our own master of our own destiny. But because we allowed our focus and attention to go on other things or other entities, other groups of organizations, etc., people got really, really off track. So now you're saying 2022, which is awesome, is all about coming into center and realizing that we are the source creator.
Absolutely.
Am I following that right?
Yeah, and it's the new union is 2022. So it's not the definitions of before. It's not the Vesca Pisces where, two entities come together and they have that little bit they share and they maybe create a child or they are with source. It's the Trinity is the new oneness. They never were separate. And so and everything seems to come back to the Trinity, the 333, the 369 codes. And 2022 is, you can have the old, you can choose that. Absolutely. You can have you can go to a great meditation and then, Monday morning. You can have that. You can choose that reality. But that is not what is 2022. 2022 is the new union, and it is it's the new golden age on earth. It's the new heaven on earth is fully here to walk in.
right. And
So will people have to, because so there'll be other spiritual teachers, they'll come on and they'll say, okay, well, we're going to have some great times ahead of us, but the next 2 or 3 years are going to be hellish,
Right.
and they're going to be really bumpy. So just kind of brace yourself until you can get through that. Do you see it that way when you're looking at it? Do you see that it's going to be a bumpy ride to get to that place
And
of like
lack of
there?
food, there's, stock up, so forth and so on.
Yeah.
right.
Kendra?
And
In a minute, literally. And
You get what you focus on.
right. And so we have to, that's why we're calling in the leaders.
Yes, we're calling
Because
in
we
leaders.
need to collectively dream a new dream, because we are all impacting the collective. And so, yes, if we keep telling ourselves it's going to be a bumpy ride and it's going to be years and well, look at how much we've shifted in the last 10 years. The things that we've done it wouldn't even make sense to ourselves in ancient Egypt. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I got you.
so let me answer this then, Kendra. So because there is a large percentage of the population globally that are smothered in mental doom and gloom, right? And it's so hard to snap a lot of that percentage out of that mindset, right? So is there going to be does the possibility exist that there's going to be two separate energies or two separate sources, so to speak, where one side will be receiving the famine, and then the lack of food and the lack of the water and stockpiling and so forth and so on, where the other segment of the population are going to be like, what in God's name are you doing? Why do you have 20 things of toilet paper?
That's still duality, though. We are all one. And it's, I know that most people don't understand that from a human perspective. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, I know that we're all one. But no, like, we're all one. Like, literally, it's like me being afraid to step into my power because of everything I was carrying for lifetimes. As the healing that came through for the group then came through us last night as the Akasha resurrection process, where you literally go and feel all of your lifetimes. Because a lot of us have, we think that it's outside of us, these enslavement codes, but we actually wrote the book that enslaved us because we have been so afraid of our power. Because look what I did as Cleopatra. Then I wrote 2,000 years of suffering so that I could pay for what I had perceived that I had done. Mm-hmm. And so, like, that fear of stepping forward, being seen, all came from that lifetime. So when we step forward in, like, Cleopatra and Mark Antony really believed that they were gods. They had that knowing, that gnosis of being directly an embodiment of a god, but they were coming from ego. And so when you don't do your work, you come from ego and you can only see the self. And so we have to get to this full integration process, take the shackles off, and really see why we've been enslaving ourselves. See that you don't have to live there anymore, and really be willing to walk through that fire so you can get to the other side to know the truth that you are God.
So when we start to get to 2022 and we start to break the shackles of duality, how long do you give her the codes? If I can ask you, how long do you feel like that generally will? Yeah, it's all right. It's how long do you feel like that'll kind of take? You know what I mean? For people to really start to do that, and also to really get, for those watching and for those that are really searching right now, they're ready for this, and I think people know what they're ready for right now. And so for those that are ready, what do you recommend they do right now at this present time? For those watching in a time capsule, it's December 14th, 2021. What do you recommend at this present time they do to brace themselves and be prepared for these activations? What do they need to do to make that successful for them?
Well, number one is to focus on the reality you want to have in your life, because as you create that with your pineal, your divine masculine codes, and your energetic stream, and then your divine feminine is your heart, you magnetize it with a higher emotion, you can literally create what you want. So the reality, like if you watch the daily news, that's not my reality. I'm not going to get in the chaos. There will be, like my birth family, they all stood in line. They couldn't wait to get vaccinated. I don't understand that. You know, I don't want to put a bioweapon in my body. So there are people that are so enslaved, and I have so much compassion because they have that enslavement that they believe everything they hear from someone in a suit on television or someone with a government name under them. And what's happening is that the worst I feel was 2021, because it was the war going on between the light and the dark. The light has won. And so I feel that on the daily level is what they need to do is first envision. I write in my journal. I put sticky notes. I'm old school. I do auto-suggestion. I do sticky notes on my mirror. I created my business, my clothing business before this that way. I created what I wanted to see. I never had a bad year. It always went up because I trained my mind. I created habitual ways of being.
For it to be
no, it's not. I would put tapes on in my car. I would, when I had like a really difficult customer or I know, and I'm getting down that spiral, you know, and now I've noticed that I don't have that as much because of the inner work I've done. And so you have to get with Soul Tribe, you know, get with who really, you leave that meeting or that group and you're like, oh, I feel so good. That's who you want to be with. Join sacred events, be in that energy, and you have to choose it. The golden age comes from within. So if you're like, yeah, it's going to be this way, it will be. And if it's like, yeah, I see light, I see where I want to be, that is, you're helping co-create the golden age, because you don't need everyone to flip. No. You only need, it has gone up 400% in the year, the level of energy. I know the Schumann resonance on 1111, we were mapping it and it was like off the scale and it went into like white light. So, and I'm sure 1212 was too. And so, and as we go into 2022, so the level has risen that we only need like 10% or even
wow. Okay, that's
so
the light is so light. And
Let me-
everyone's a master here, I feel. That's what I see.
Let me ask you a question, Jennifer, since you mentioned it, and you're not the only one. We hear it all the time. The light has won. The light has won. How do you really know that? Number one. And number two, the dark owns so much of the corporations that we use every single solitary day, instruments, products, food, the supply chain. So how do you know with confidence that the light has won when the dark is still so present on so many levels? Either one of you can answer that question.
What I just say to that is, yes, the light has won. The minions, they got the top are out, but there are a lot of they have been on planet Earth for 25,000 years. They have infiltrated every single government, palace, agency, everything. Yes, but only the middle managers are around. So that's why you still see the news. You still see they haven't gotten it isn't all done yet. Now, humanity believing what they're hearing, they're seeing that humanity isn't quite ready yet to hear all the truth. But it isn't finished yet. And I know because the Sun King, I feel him. I am a partner in that with him energetically as the divine feminine part of that. And so I know what I've seen. I know what's coming. I know what's here. They just haven't told everyone yet. And that is the wave that's coming when they start to show you and tell you the real truth, that everything we were raised on is the opposite. And so I'll pass that to Kendra.
And I also feel like this light and dark, it's really just the ego. And the ego is really clinging on for dear life because it's dying. It's that part, just like the part of me that was coming up to infiltrate the healing last night. And you were like, you have to tell that part of you to get in the back seat. It's not allowed to have its voice. So
why and how and when's it going to be?
All that. And you have to just stay in that connection, like yoke yourself to a higher power and really call in your guides and guardians. There's so much assistance here right now between the Galactic Council, all of the different, sentient races, and all of the angelic kingdom is here. Like, all you have to do is literally call upon it and then open yourself to receive and get back to that innocence that we were born with. And when you're seeing things and you're going to be hyper aroused and go to feed that narrative, you have to bring yourself back to your center and really ask yourself, like, what voice do you want to feed right now? What energy do you want to feed your attention?
Would that be like having a Christ and Kendra, Christ and Antichrist consciousness in each one of us that we have to manage? That's pretty much it. So we all got that, and I think that's a lot of. It's very difficult, I think, for people to just admit that they have both potentials, right? I mean, is that a true statement? Would it be that they have an Antichrist and a Christ within them? They have that, both of them in it. You know what I mean?
A neuron that is Hitler.
What was that?
We all have a neuron inside of us that is Hitler. Like, anything that you judge is inside of you. The moment that we forgive ourselves and forgive all others, we go home.
And home will be the merger
when
between.
things stop triggering you is when you know you have really moved past, things that used to upset you, or you'd kind of get enraged, or you'd fester about it.
Look when you're clinging.
Yeah.
Like,
and as you move into a lot of healing, because you've done your inner work, you walk on the earth but not of it. You're kind of like on like a little bit escalator, like 6 inches up. You're just kind of cruising through your day, and then you catch yourself, maybe traffic always would kind of get me a little bit. And so then I would just,
Not in California, I can't imagine.
Oh, Los Angeles, yeah. I would be like, why are they all stopped? And so
just like what Jennifer was saying, it's like when you do your work and when you're bringing in these higher codes, you're walking around and you are a gift to this world. It's like us going to the store the other day and talking to this little girl, and there being an angel sent to be a homeless person, and for her to have connected with me, and then she starts to cringe and judge this homeless man. And then so I start talking to him and say, remember the elf on the shelf that you were just telling me about? Like, remember to be love, remember to birth the Christ. And she was like, and I saw her entire lifetime shift in a blink of an eye, because now she's going to say, oh wait, not all homeless people are dangerous or yucky. Like, that homeless man was so nice to that woman that I really liked. And so when we start to just be that love and we emulate that love, we start to, it's amazing. If you just think about COVID, how fast we saw that spread, right? That is how fast we can shift this world if we all go to our heart and surrender the fear.
The new golden age starts in the heart center. The heart center is the control center.
And that was
quantum field.
one of the light reasons why we had to experience something like COVID, so that we could see how connected we actually are.
Do you think, Jennifer, that we are past the whole issue, or do you see other variants and other things coming up to still try to take people off their course?
We're gonna do lots of
in my reality, it's over, but they will, because they until they really dismantle all of it, the light there, it's benefiting. It's still sussing out some of the players that need to be removed. Yes, I think it's every 2 months, isn't it? There's a new one. They just peel a new name.
Pretty much.
They change the travel, and they change the you can't come in this country. Yeah, it's almost like a game. It's a playbook. It's they did this in 1939 Germany, right? You had to have papers. You had to show where you're going. You had to. It's the same playbook.
It's calling for the power of the people.
Yeah, it's calling for you to step up.
Right. It's not for us to go riot in the street, because when we resist something, it persists. It's really to just choose out of that reality. I'm sorry, that doesn't exist in my reality. I went to New York, and you're supposed to have like a whatever card to go in to eat. They didn't question me. I got to go eat everywhere in New York. They didn't stop me. So it's like, when you live from that space, it's like, it's amazing. It's like, I don't know if I'm vibrating out of their reality, so they don't see me, or what's happening.
That's a very high possibility. Yeah.
I have had experiences where people just like run right into me, like they did not see me. So I know that probably is a possibility, but so it's about what reality are you choosing to co-create within.
Do you, Jennifer, as a businesswoman, and thank you for your service, because I know you don't do any of this other than for the fact of really getting the message out and really helping people. And you've done well in your life, and congrats for that. As a business person, do you think that as far as the teachings that are made available to people, are we too soft and nurturing on them? So in it, that when people say, hey, well, humanity's not really ready yet to hear this or to hear that, I mean, do you think is there a sense that maybe, like, you know what, man, let's just throw this shit in their face, you know what I mean, and get them right now? I mean, the cream will rise to the top. I mean, do you think maybe that,
like tough love? Yeah,
like a tough love scenario. Do you think we need that? And the reason I ask that is because we hear a lot, well, when they're not ready, they'll freak out when they see that the people that they watch, that they idolize and this, like that. But I want to say, well, like, oh, they were this or that or that. But then I want to say also, then, you just put humanity through really a living hell for the last few years. So my mind seems to think that humanity is ready to hear it. I don't know. I mean, maybe I perceive it differently, but what do you think about that? Do you think it needs to be pushed harder and not so soft as it is right now? Hello, everybody. How are you? Much love to you. It's very good to see you and hang out with you. I hope you're having a fantastic day here. So let me give you some updates about what's going on with Spiritually Raw. So as you can see right here, right, a new facelift. I hope you like it. Okay, so this is the new facelift, the image of the site. So watch Evolve Ascend. It's very cool, very streamlined. Everything's broken down in very easy catalogs, playlists for you to watch whatever kind of topic you're looking for to help you on your journey called life. So let's check it out together. All right. So literally, here you go. The homepage right here. You can scroll down. If you're already a member, same login and password as you normally do. If you're not, you can click right here, join now, get a 3-day free trial, check out and binge on the whole network as much as you want. I hope you like it, and I'm sure you will, but that's 3 days on us. Okay, so don't forget to check that out if you're not already. Here's some videos that are recent that we just put up there that you'll be able to check here. Now, also too, I want to go back here real quick, catalog. So this is how we've broken it down for you. Super simple and very easy playlist, new releases, intuitive psychic mediums, the Great Awakening, metaphysical, current events,
2020 videos for those of you who want to take a trip down memory lane and see how that all worked out. Prosperity, special report, I mean, so on and so forth. I mean, it goes on and on and on. We have really brought together the best minds out there that are coming in to entertain us, but then to break it down so simple, again, to help us on our journey called life. So this is really cool here. So also, I want to point out here for those of you who have actually said, hey, you know, I do want to have my own show. We also have a master course preview, and that's there to designed to teach all of you who would like to have your own show, or maybe even need some help in being interviewed when you are on other shows too. But let's go down a little further. I want to show you something else. So for all of you out there who have Roku, you simply need to click here and you can now watch us on Roku TV. Coming soon within the coming weeks, within probably a week or so, you'll see us on the iPhone, Apple. We're streaming everywhere. You'll be able to download the app soon on Apple. But as of right now, like I said, you can stream us anywhere there. So, and these are some examples of the topics that you're going to be watching when you do go to spirituallyraw.live. So thank you very, very much for hanging out with us as you always do. Really do hope you are having the most miracle mornings and are having the most fortunate days. And this really is bringing you a lot of value. And again, helping you on your journey called life. So thanks again, and we will see you all next time.
We'd like to share a story. While it may sound fictional, it's very real and happening right now in front of our very eyes. It's called The Great Awakening. Our sisters and brothers that come on Spiritually Raw are doing everything to help expand global consciousness, and in many cases putting everything on the line to share their messages about what's happening around the world for the greater good of humanity, while exposing the truth of the deep state and the dark forces behind it all. We are living in the most unbelievable times. Some may even say biblical, scary for many and yet exhilarating for others. Together we are taking part in getting everyone acclimated to the Great Awakening process and the exciting new discoveries that lie ahead. The sad part is many of our amazing guests are being heavily censored, socially shamed, and outright banned on many platforms for exposing the truth and piercing the veil. By becoming a viewer, you bring your powerful energy towards this global movement of other truth seekers. If you're resonating with our show, please let us know by hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, turn on the notification, and leave some comments. Together, we will turn the universal key to global harmony and create a unified world. And remember, tune in often, tell all your friends, and most importantly, may all your dreams come true. Thanks, and God bless Patriots worldwide.